All right, let's talk about Singapore's Central Providence Fund, or CPF. We're going to skip all the super complicated jargon and look at it for what it really is, a financial journey that follows you through your entire life, from that very first paycheck all the way to retirement. Let's dive in.
You've probably asked yourself this before, right? You see that line on your payslip every single month, money comes out, but then what? Where does it go? And, the big question is, how does it actually start working for you? We're going to follow the money step by step and map it all out.
So, at its heart, the whole process is actually pretty simple. It all kicks off with your paycheck. From there, a piece of it becomes a CPF contribution. And then, that money gets split up into 3 different accounts, each one with its own special job. That's the basic flow we're going to break down.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning. Imagine you've just kicked off your career. You're getting that first paycheck. This is where your CPF journey really gets going. Every month, a little bit from your salary and a top-up from your employer start building that financial foundation for your future.
So, let's look at the actual numbers. If you're 55 or younger, a total of 37% of your wages is going into your CPF. Now, you put in 20% from your end, and then your employer adds another 17% on top of that. It's a pretty powerful team-up between your savings and your employer's contribution.
And here's a really important point, something people often get confused about. That 17% from your employer, that's extra cash. It's paid on top of your salary. It doesn't reduce what you actually take home at the end of the month. Think of it as a bonus pillar supporting your savings.
That leads to a really good question. What if you get a big promotion, your salary goes way up? Do your CPF contributions just climb forever? Well, the answer is no. And that brings us to a really key idea.
There's actually a limit, and it's called the CPF salary ceiling. For 2025, that ceiling is set at $7,400 a month. What that means is your CPF contributions are only calculated on the first $7,400 of your salary each month.
So let's see how that plays out. Look, whether you earn $7,400 a month or, say, $10,000 a month, the total CPF contribution is exactly the same, around $2,738. Why? Because it's only calculated on that amount up to the ceiling. Anything you earn above that doesn't have CPF contributions.
Okay, let's move on to the next chapter of this journey. Your CPF isn't just some static account, it's actually designed to evolve as your life changes. As you get older, your priorities naturally shift, right? You go from thinking about buying a house to thinking more about retirement and healthcare.
Remember those 3 accounts we mentioned? Here they are. You have the ordinary account, or OA, the special account, or SA, and the meaty save account, MA. That special account is going to be really important later when it helps form your retirement account. Just think of them as 3 different buckets for 3 different things.
And this timeline just shows you how it all works. See, when you're younger, more of that 37% contribution goes into your ordinary account, for big-ticket items like housing. But watch what happens as you get older. The total contribution rate goes down a bit, and the system starts redirecting more money into your retirement and MediSave accounts. It's automatically adjusting to what you'll need most.
Now, let's talk about a really major turning point in anyone's CPF journey, and that's hitting age 55. This is the moment when the whole system pivots to focus, laser-like, on getting you ready for retirement.
So, here's the big change. On your 55th birthday, a brand new account is created for you. It's a retirement account, or RA, and the savings from your ordinary and special accounts flow into this new RA to create your retirement nest egg.
This brings us to a really important term you'll hear a lot, the full retirement sum, or FRS. You can think of this as the default target amount that CPF helps you set aside in your brand new retirement account. Hitting this target is what gets you those steady monthly payouts when you finally retire.
But here's the thing, you have options. It's not one size fits all. For 2025, there are 3 main levels. You've got the basic retirement sum for baseline income, then there's the full retirement sum, which is the default goal, and if you want to set aside even more for the biggest possible payouts, there's the enhanced retirement sum. The logic is simple. The more you put in at 55, the bigger your monthly checks will be starting from age 65.
So far, we've talked a lot about how the system works automatically in the background. But you are not just a passenger on this ride. Let's look at how you can actually take the wheel and how your savings are actively growing this whole time.
This is probably one of the most powerful parts of the entire CPF system. Your money doesn't just sit in an account collecting dust.
Nope. It earns interest. And then that interest starts earning its own interest. That's the magic of compounding, and over decades, it makes a massive difference.
And check this out. Not all your accounts get the same interest rate. There's a clear strategy here. Your ordinary account gets a solid base rate of 2.5% per year. But your long-term savings, the money in your retirement and MediSave accounts, get a higher base rate of 4% per year. The system is designed to reward you for leaving your retirement and healthcare funds to grow.
So, after all of this, what are the key things you can do? It boils down to 3 simple but really powerful actions. First, just be aware of your age band and the salary ceiling. That way you know what's coming in. Second, log in and actually check your balances online from time to time. And third, really appreciate how that compound interest is working for you 24/7, growing your savings for the future.
And there you have it. From that first job all the way to retirement, your CPF is a long-term financial journey. It's a marathon, really, designed to support you every step of the way. So the real question is, with this roadmap in hand, are you ready for the next mile?